Everybody, Brock VandenBerg, President, TaliMar Financial. It is the end of the month, and we are getting our slew of refinance loan requests for loans that had matured. Before I get a bunch of comments on the Michigan Wolverines go blue, hopefully we're going to go all the way in the tournament this year. But I did want to take a moment and talk about how a private lender looks at refinances of loans that have matured. So when these types of loans come in, the immediate question I have for the borrower or the brokers, why did the borrower let the loan mature? They had plenty of time to refinance the loan. In fact, their lender probably pinged them a good month and a half or 2 months prior to the maturity date, notifying them that this maturity was coming around. And in today's market, a lot of cases, if the borrower is on time on making payments, there's a high likelihood that that lender will just simply extend the loan. That's if the lender doesn't need to recapitalize themselves and make sure that the loan pays off. So common question I have is, why has the borrower put themselves in the position to have a maturity default? And for those that probably have watched my videos in the past, when I look at refinances, I always look at the payment history. I want to see a pretty clean payment history over the last 6 or 12 months, make sure the payments are current and that the payments aren't late. Now, in a maturity default, in a lot of cases, the lender isn't going to accept those payments because the loan has matured. So immediately, when I look at the application, those payments are not going to be current, and that just raises another red flag. Now, a response could be, well, the lender wasn't accepting the payments. That's why we weren't making the payments. And here's a bank statement showing that we could have made the payments. That's an easy response to that question, but it does raise another question about the loan. And the third issue too, and that pertains to construction loans that have a maturity default. And that raises a whole slew of questions, such as, why has the construction taken so long? Was there enough time put in place with the initial loan to allow for the entire construction period to be completed? Why would the lender complete a maturity default in the mid-construction of a deal? Keep in mind, lenders do not want to foreclose on an existing construction project. And for a lender who is refinancing a new construction deal, that opens up a whole can of worms in terms of mechanics liens. So there could be mechanics liens recorded on the property, or there could be mechanics liens that have not been recorded, which is a big risk for an existing lender. So those are kind of the three main concerns that I have for loans that come in, or refinances that come in for maturity defaults. We definitely look at a lot of them. The borrower can demonstrate that they can make the payments, that it's an asset that we like, location that we like. We'll definitely consider them, but be prepared to answer those questions. So if you all have a hard money loan request, private money loan request for both a purchase or a refinance here in the state of California, consider TaliMar Financial for that loan request. We've got plenty of capital. We're a direct lender and looking to place this capital into good, solid loans on properties here in urban California neighborhoods. Thanks for taking a listen.